Hi everybody, it's Marianne with Coastal Strokes. I am going live to teach. Let me find what I do with the picture. Oh, there it is. All right, so this is what you're going to be learning. I got this off of Pinterest. I changed it up just a little bit. I didn't exactly do the same colors. Let me see if that comes through. Bring it up a little bit. So that's what you're going to be doing today. Be a light to the world. You can or cannot write the words. It's entirely up to you. Okay? All right, so the other day I had this class at the studio, and this is what I taught on, how to get them started. I showed them how to do the background, and I started with a canning jar. This was something they shouldn't do, okay? So I am going to pull out a blank canvas. I'm gonna pull out a small one because I don't wanna have 3 of these now in the studio. So what I'm gonna do is pull out a small canvas to demonstrate on how to do the background, okay? So I'm gonna stand that up, clear every little spot, make sure that that's showing up. You wanna make sure you have some sort of palette to put your paint on. First color I'm gonna use is lime. Then I'm gonna use the dark blue. And you can really use any dark blue that you have. It doesn't matter the brand, which shade, as long as it's a dark blue. Okay, the only thing is your other dark blue, you want it to be darker than the one you're using. Okay, so these are the 2 colors I'm gonna be using. Okay, let me move this up over just a little bit and up. Trying to work out the kinks of this. All right, so you are going to need a large flat brush. Grab one, thought I had one out. I did, it was on the other side of the room. Don't forget you need chalk. Just when I always think I'm prepared, I'm always missing something. How about you guys? All right, so I'm using just a large flat brush. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna dip your brush in the lime green. And you're gonna work it back and forth. Don't forget to do your sides and your top. Okay, now while your brush is a little wet, you're gonna pick up some of that blue. Just work it through a little bit. Now you don't want a whole lot of blue in here, okay? So you're gonna pick up some light green, or lime green, I'm sorry. This is such a pretty color together. And you just keep working it. So this is how you do the background. You want a little bit of the blue at the top, but you don't want it as dark as the bottom, okay? Pick up more of the lime green. I'm going to tilt this to do my sides a little bit. This is a harder project, okay? The students that did this Friday night, Saturday night, can't remember. My days running together here. The people that did this Friday, Saturday night, they didn't have difficulty, but it is a lot to do in a classroom where they can't see close up. This actually should be good for an online class because you get to see closer up. They would have to keep coming up to the board to see, you know, what I'm doing. All right, so I'm gonna pick up just a blue, and it's okay, the bottom has a little bit of green in it. So you're kind of doing like an ombre. And you want this to fade. Okay, so we're doing wet on wet. So this is what you're doing on the large canvas. Now I only have 11 by 16. I didn't pull out 11 by 14. I didn't want to pull out another 16 by 20 canvas. If you're doing this in your book, then you're probably doing the size I'm doing, okay? So I'm gonna move this up a little bit more. Pick up more of the lime green. Now you don't need more than one layer, guys. You don't want to layer the lime green, go back and do another coat. This is just one coat of both colors, okay? I'm gonna pick up the dark. You only want a little bit of the lime green at the bottom. You want mostly dark at the bottom, okay? I'm hoping you guys can see this. Maybe I need to go more this way. Don't forget your sides and your bottom. I'm doing this on the table. If you're on an easel, then you're going to have to lift it to do the bottom. There should be a little thing on your easel where you can just hang it and then put it back down. You don't want to leave it on your easel too long because it'll stretch it if it's wet, okay? A little snot ball here. I call them snot balls, but they're little pieces of hard paint. So I'm just going to go back over it one more time with the green, with the blue. Sorry guys. So you want the bottom darker than the top. Okay. I'm not sure why my volume's on. Hope you all can hear me. Because you know, as you're going online, you have to make sure it's turned down or you get an echo. All right, so I'm going to pick this up a little bit and do my sides. All right, so that's what you should have, okay? You should have the light green with a little bit of blue at the top. I'm going to have blue hair in a minute. And then you want the dark green at the bottom with a little, dark blue at the bottom, a little bit of green. Okay, so that's sort of an ombre effect. So you're going from the real light green down into some faded blue, okay? So that's how you do the base color. Now what I'm gonna do is pull down my original that already has one canning jar on it. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna pull down the one that I have the one jar. We're not gonna put the jar on right now. What I'm gonna do is show you how to put on the leaves, okay? Because the leaves go on first, and then you put the canning jars on, all right? So I still have some dark blue out there. I'm gonna use my round brush, whatever size round brush you have will be good. The bigger your round brush, the thicker your lines are gonna be. So if you don't want your lines real thick, go with a thinner round. Let's see which one I have. That's a liner. Give me 1 second to grab a round. Sorry about that. All right, so I have my round. I have my round brush. Now I actually have two round brushes out, but I'm only going to use one. I don't know if you can see. One is a number 12 and one should be an 8. Okay, so I'm going to use a number 8. So you really don't want anything too big. Okay, so I'm going to go into my paint. And I'm going to pick up some of the dark blue. Now remember, I'm on the canvas that's already dry, okay? So once you dry, you can do this, all right? So I'm going to go into about here. I'm just going off of what I've already put. I'm gonna come here and go up. Now I will tell you, when you put another coat on this, it will get darker, okay? So right now, all I'm doing is putting my leaves on. But you guys can see that. I just come in and color them in. Oops, 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 oops. And you just randomly put your leaves. So you want to outline them first and then put them on. Some of them might do little stems. Feeling I did these with the other blue. Let's move this up a little bit. Pull this down here. I'm going to go get the other blue. I bet that's what I used. Give me 1 second. It's right here. So this is more like a cobalt blue, okay, that I'm going to use. The other blue that I used is more of a denim blue, okay? Just hang tight here 1 second. Let me pull out this blue. Yeah, this is a little brighter. Now when you go to put 2 coats on though, it's going to get darker, okay? So I'm using more like a cobalt blue, all right? Grab my trusty old brown brush. Now let's try it here. Let's get back over. Yeah, this is a little brighter. Now remember, after second coat it's going to be darker, okay? So I'm going to go up here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I used. I've been teaching so much. My projects are starting to look the same. Okay, so we're going to let them dry. I'm going to come in and do this guy again. This is from the other day. So the object is you want to have 3 sets of branches. You want to have one here, you want to have a set here, and you want to have a set here. And I mean, you can put more on, but the reason why you need them spaced like that is because the jars have to have something to hang off of. Okay, so we're going to have to let that dry. I'm going to go back up here and darken that a little bit. Come in here. Now I am a little later today going to be demoing on the Clubhouse an octopus picture that I picked up. I'm going to demo on how to do it with resin and glass. Okay, so if you ladies want to hop on later after I'm done teaching this, I'll get all the supplies together. I'm going to go online and do that. Okay. All right. And I'm going to come here. I'm going to pull one down this way. Pull one off of there. And remember, you're just putting these on for now. You're going to go back and do another coat. Okay. And I always use chalk. Oh, well, I teach with chalk, okay? So you could put these lines on with chalk first and then go back and erase them when you're done, okay? So now at the bottom, what I'm gonna do, is these leaves are gonna be lime. I'm gonna move this over some more. And we'll pick up some lime. Still using the round. And I'm gonna come in about, oops. I'm gonna come in about here. Scoop it up. Now the lime will pick up on the blue. I may go back and this other one up here that's on the blue, I may do that one in lime too. Not sure if you can see this, guys. Might have to move you down a little bit. See what happens when I move the camera down. You know, there is a delay, so. And don't forget to do your little lines coming up the side. Try a little more. I don't want to have it too far out because then you won't be able to see me. Well, not me, you're not going to see me, the painting. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. And if I have the camera too far away, then you're not going to see me. You're just doing the shape of a leaf and you're filling it in right now. There's nothing special about the leaves. They're all one solid color. If there's some color of the background, the canvas coming through, it's okay. You're gonna go over it like I said twice. You know, leaves are all different shapes. All different sizes. You can have big, you can have, you know, medium sizes. Slide this way. I may have to back that camera up a little bit. Let me see, hold on. How that is. I just don't want to get too far away because I want you to be able to see me painting. One coming out here. Hoping you can see that. And I pulled the camera back. Nope, still gotta go back a little more. Alright, now let's see. So I backed it up more, guys. I may be too close. It was all trial and error, trust me. There we go. When you guys come on, just say hi so I know you're there. So I've already demonstrated how to do the background, okay? So when you go back and watch this, you'll be able to see. I had taught this the other day on a full-size canvas, a 16 by 20 canvas, but I didn't want to have to do another canvas 16 by 20 with the background. So I did an 11 by 14. I'll pull it out and show you again. So this is the canvas that I demonstrated earlier at the beginning of the video on how to do your lime green and your dark blue. Sort of like an ombre, and if you want darker blue, just do darker blue, okay, at the bottom. So you can see you never paint the same twice. This blue is not as dark as the original blue, okay? All right. And I am going to use an 1114 for a class for the kids, I think. All right, so back to this. So I'm adding leaves here. Okay, and if you want another one here, just add it. I'm still using the round, okay? I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm gonna go back and do my second coat on my leaves and my vines, all right? So the first I showed you how to do your background. Now I'm showing you how to put leaves on. Ignore this canning jar. Okay, ignore that canning jar. Ignore that line up there. That was from class the other day. All right, so now we are going to do another coat. Pull this down. This will darken what I've already put on. Okay, because it's kind of light. And you're going to fill them in. Try not to stick your finger in the wet paint. I have a habit of doing that. I always have. We're going to come up here and do this one. Just follow along. Make sure you reload your paintbrush. There we go. So now they're darker. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to do this one, make that one darker. I think what I'll do is I'll move the canvas as I go down the board so you can see. I really don't want to stand and do this, I'd rather, it's easier to do it sitting. So I'm going to come back down here. So you're just randomly putting your leaves on and your stems, okay, your branches. And remember, you want 1, 2, 3, because the canning jars are in sets of 3s. Now the one on Pinterest, they overlap. I did not overlap. Like I said, I didn't use the same colors. I didn't want to copy it too much, you know, because you really shouldn't do that. Take any idea. That's why I said, if you want lettering on, you can put the lettering on. It's up to you. You can use a marker, a paint marker, or you can use a liner, okay? All right, so this guy here, I think I'm gonna go back and do in the green, because I don't like, or the lime green. I don't like that dark one there too much. Let's see if I can get that off. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna move that up a little bit. I was going to do this in the 11 by 16 media board, but I'd already started this way, so I figure I would go ahead and finish. But you guys are more than welcome to use the media book, okay, to do this. It will be on a smaller scale, just keep that in mind, okay? And the technique will still work if you use your media book. Not sure where my media book is right now. It's in here somewhere. All right, so I'm gonna rinse my brush out, and I am going back to the lime. The lime's just about dry. Make sure you can see me. Let me pull that up. And like I said, you can put these anywhere you want to put them. You just have to make sure you have, a set of three, at least 3 sets of branches for your jars to hang off of. And if you get a little bit of blue in the, Now I didn't dry my brush. It's okay to paint it with whatever paint's in it. Sometimes I like to just keep a dirty brush. I don't like to keep rinsing it out. Then you get a lot of water in your brush and it's hard to, you know, as you're moving along, clean the brush out and get all the water out of it. So I'd rather, sometimes I like a dirty brush. So right now I'm using a dirty brush. Please remember to share your pictures when you're done on Facebook and tag Coastal Strokes. I would like to get some more members to join. If you have any friends that may be interested, family members, if you know anybody that's shut in, that can't get out to do anything, or just during COVID-19, anybody that may want to learn how to paint, please send them my way. They can go to coastalstrokes.com, click on the tab that says Coastal Strokes Creative Clubhouse. It'll take them right to where they join. Right now, membership is $22 a month. I'm thinking in September, I was going to do it in July, but I think in September membership's going to go up and I'm going to limit it so many people, okay? And then I'm not going to open it back up for a while. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. A lot of the membership people are doing that. They're opening their membership and then they're closing it. Okay, they're only giving people so much time to join, and then after that, no one can join until it's open again. So I'm thinking about doing that. The price will go up. Please keep in mind, if you leave and come back, whatever the price is at the time you come back, that's the price you'll have to pay. So for $22 a month to learn this, you get 2 to 3 projects a month. Right now I've been doing 2 projects a month until we get this going really good. But I am going to do demos. They're mostly going to be on Tuesdays, but it's not every Tuesday, okay? All right, so this is what we did. We got our leaves on. So what I'm going to do now is pull down the picture that I actually taught the other day, okay? Let's see how, let me move this paint over here. Make sure you can see this. See how I have a set here? All right, let's see. See how I have a set here, and a set here? Okay? So I have 1, 2, 3 canning jars. Now, my drawing is not the greatest, but I'll straighten it out when I go to paint, okay? See how they're all blue up here, where the green blue is? And then I have them, some of the darker blue down here, just one thing is blue, and then I have the line, okay? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get out our liner. That's that long-haired brush, like that one. I'm gonna paint the other 2 jars, but the other 2 jars are just like this first jar. Okay, but I wanted to have a jar finished so you could see a finished jar, okay? But we're gonna do the same thing to these 2 jars that I did to this jar, okay? I may change up the combination of the colors a little bit in the order they're in, but it's pretty much the same thing, okay? And remember, please, 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 I've done, let's see, 2, 4, 6 projects already, maybe 6 or 7 projects, and I don't think anybody has shared any of the pictures. Share it to this group so the other girls can see your paintings, support one another. Share them to your Facebook page and tag Coastal Strokes. Don't tag the Creative Clubhouse page, okay? They can't get on it anyhow until they join. I have 2 people out there waiting for me to approve them to join, but they haven't gone to the link to click on the link. And that's part of the questionnaire when you click on Coastal Strokes Creative Clubhouse to join it. There's questions on there. And one of the questions is, if you're interested in learning how to paint online, please go to, and it tells them where to go to, but nobody's going to it. And if they're going to it, they're not clicking on it. but that's the only way they can join. They have to join the clubhouse, okay? Otherwise, you just stay on the painting page, and I really haven't done too much with that page. All right, so now you're going to get out darker blue. I got a navy blue, okay? You could use navy blue, any dark blue from, I mean, any brand of blue is good, but you want a darker blue, like a navy blue, a deeper blue, okay? And there's even a deeper one, let's see if I can grab it real quick, that I've used. Show you. It's a blue. I don't see it. Midnight. It's called Midnight. Folk Art has a Midnight, okay? So you could use either Midnight blue, you could use navy blue. Not sure where I put the Midnight right now. All right. You want to make sure you have some white. So we're doing the darker blue and the white. Let's see if I can get this white. When you come on to watch this, could you please comment hashtag replay? Okay. Because I know so far no one has come on yet to watch this. Oh, well. That's enough white probably for the whole neighborhood. Okay. So we're going to use 3 different colors. We're going to use the navy blue, the white, and then we are going to use a little bit of this blue. So there's a couple blues. Look. There's a couple blues. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go into the navy first. We're going to go to the top of the canning jar. We're just going to paint some navy blue. And you can use your liner or you can use your sorry, just got a blank there. Your liner, or you can use your round. I'm just going to use my liner because I've already used the round. And remember, a canning jar, the top of a canning jar is rounded. So you want to make sure this is rounded. Okay. So you're going to do navy. Then you're going to rinse out your brush. You're going to do a little bit of white under that. You can go right up against it. It's okay if some of the blue pulls through. It's not going to hurt it. So my hand should not be in the way right now. See how some of the blue's coming through, but that's okay. Helps shade it a little bit, okay? And you're gonna rinse your brush out. Then you're gonna pick up that other blue, okay? That jean color blue. That's gonna go here. Fill that in. Don't forget to round a little bit. Don't go too square on the sides, okay? Because your jar is rounded. Then I'm going to do another white. You can come back and do a second coat if you want. Do another white under that. And I'm going to do that jean blue. On a blue jean blue. I don't even know the color. I've had it. I picked out a color and had them make it at the store, so I don't even know what it is. I use all acrylic paints. When I teach one stroke, I usually use just Folk Art, but on the regular classes, I use acrylic paint. All right, and you can see how my chalk is like, they look like lima beans. Don't worry about that, because when you go to paint, we're gonna straighten that out, okay? All right, so we're gonna let that dry a little bit, and then what we're gonna do, now you can either use a palette knife to do this, or you can use your round, okay? I'm gonna show you with both. All right, so the first, we're gonna start with this canning jar right here. Let me move my paints over a little bit, they're in the way. Take a drink of my coffee. I'm not sure what cords these are in your way. Might have to take this down for today. There we go. Like in your face, isn't it? Okay. There we go. All right, so we're on this jar right here. I'm gonna move this closer. Wait a second and see how that shows up. So I'm going to be open tomorrow and Thursday, and then I'm closed Friday, Saturday. I'm closed only Monday and Tuesdays, but I'm going to be closed Friday and Saturday this week because my entire family, Chrissy and her boyfriend, is coming from California. April, Gary, and the grandkids are coming from Greer, and then PJ, Jenny, and the kids are coming from Georgia. Then I have my sister Laura, my sister Bobby, and my two nieces, Alyssa and her boyfriend, and then Amy and her husband Seth. And then my brother-in-law David is coming from Maryland. So we should have a great time. All right, so there's my little chair. Let's see something. So it's going to be the same concept as this first one, okay? So I'm gonna show you because you haven't seen it. You're gonna pick up on your round brush some of that denim blue color. You're gonna come in and all you're gonna do is you're gonna like scrub it a little bit. I call it scrubbing. You're just gonna fill this in. Now the thing is, you're not filling it in completely because you want some of that color from the background to show through. Remember, this is a canning jar, okay? And you don't wanna make it all one length, okay? Then I'm gonna pick up this color. This is like a green blue color. I'm just gonna wipe my brush off. I'm not going to rinse it out, okay? So then I'm coming in. I'm gonna do this color. See how I'm like sort of, I call it scrubbing, but you're just painting it in. Remember, it doesn't have to be exact. You don't want it straight across. You want it, you know, different, okay? And it's okay that you go in here a little bit, okay? And then I'm gonna pick up, I have another blue. So it's different blues and different greens, okay? If you can see up in here, I have some light blue, okay? Wipe off my brush. Let's see, I have this light blue. Let me show you with the palette knife. Let me pick up some paint. You can just go here. So either way, I have showed you how to paint with a palette knife, okay? So if you want to try the palette knife, you can. If you want to keep doing with a brush, you keep doing it with the brush, okay? But this is the background. This is, you know, what's behind the candles. Once the candles go on, all this drops back. You don't even see it, okay? I'll wipe off my palette knife and I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna shape my jar. Remember it looked like a kidney bean? I'm gonna shape my jar. Pick up some of the other blue. Okay, now try to get some of that off real quick. Went a little further than I wanted it to. All you do is dampen the paper towel. Just come right in here. And it'll wipe off. No worries, okay? See, if I had the brush, it wouldn't have done that. So I'm here with the palette knife. I'm trying to round this for you. And I'm going to pick more of that denim blue up. I'll come in here and put some denim around it. Okay, so you can play with the palette knife, or you can use your round. Let me get my round back out of the water. Whichever is easier for you is what I want you to use, okay? If you've never done the palette knife yet, if you haven't used a palette knife yet on any of those on the picture I showed you how to use, you want to wait till then, till you do that project, you can. If not, go ahead and get your palette knife out today, or whenever you do this, and work on it, okay? So I'm trying to blend this a little bit. You can see the blue is going in, and it's okay if you see the leaf behind it, all right, guys? You don't have to, it doesn't have to be solid, all right? Remember, it's a canning jar. Okay, that the colors get mixed in here. Looks pretty cool. All right, as long as you got that brownness. You want to make sure you have the brownness in here. Now, some of the students the other day were like, oh, this looks messy. It does look messy until you outline it and put the candles on. Once you put the candles on and outline it, all that in the background goes in the back. Okay, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of this blue up here. I hope you guys enjoy doing this. This was a lot of fun. And like I said, this is a harder, I'm going to let this dry. It's a little too wet. This was a harder project. Than what I've usually showed you. It's more detailed. It's a lot to it. There's 3 jars on here. You could do 1 big branch and 1 jar, okay? But I'd rather you do all the jars, okay? Let me rinse out my brush here. Give it a second, let it dry. I am going to pick up a little bit of yellow. A little bit of yellow. Come over here with some yellow off to this side. Remember, it's round, so you want to keep it rounded. They're not square jars, they're round jars. Okay, that looks nice. I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna start working on the other jar, okay? We're gonna let this jar dry, and we're gonna move on to the other jar. All right, so, the other jar. Oh, let's do the top first. I'm gonna grab my liner. Where'd my liner go? There it is. And if you used, you take the chalk to draw your, let's see, here's my chalk. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this jar off, okay, so I can show you how, so sorry, I forgot to show you how to do that. Take this off, okay, and anytime you use chalk, you can go over your painting when it's dry and take it off. Like, see how I get this off? It's not really dry, so I really don't want to go too far into it. All right, so with your chalk, wipe this off, make sure it's dry. I'm so sorry I didn't show you how to do that. All right, so you're gonna come up, so my jar is gonna be here in this spot, all right? So he's actually hanging on here. So I'm gonna come down. So I'm gonna come down. lid, okay? And then, you know, a canning jar. See, I didn't like the shape of that one, so I'm gonna take this off. See, it's real easy with chalk. Let's move this camera just a little bit more. The reason why I have to keep moving is because this is such a big piece of canvas. Now I'm probably going to make this jar a little bigger when I paint it, all right? Because that's actually a skinny canning jar. But you'll see how easy it is to fix things, okay? There we go, now you can see it. All right, so I'm going to go in with my denim blue. Once again, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to make this one a little wider. And like I said, you can make it wider by using the paint, okay? I'm going to rinse it out, pick up some white. I'm going to go underneath it with the white. And then I'm going to come back in with that denim blue denim. I like this color, it's pretty. And it's okay that it mixes in with the white. It's okay that it lightens it, okay? How that looks. Then we'll come in with more white under that. You just flatten that liner. Make sure to curve it. The last color is that denim blue. Okay. I'm still not happy with that top blue. It's not rounded. There we go. So it's kind of like, see how the leaf is peeking through here? It's okay. All right, so now I'm going to pick up that. I'm actually going to pick up a little bit of that darker blue. I'm going to put it here. Remember I said I'm going to make this a little bigger. I'm going outside the chalk line. See how I'm bending and turning the palette knife so I can get it to curve. Okay, so that's the new shape. That's the shape of the, excuse me, this. That's the shape of the canning jar. Okay, so then I'm going to pick up the denim blue. I love working with a palette knife. It's okay that you see the other color of the background behind it, okay? It's not going to hurt it. I'm going to pick up this baby blue color. same thing if you use the round brush. Okay. Pick up a little bit of that green. I'm gonna turn the jar, make it round. I'm gonna come out past it. I don't want to come out too far past it, so I'm gonna wipe this off just a little bit. Blending these colors because I don't want them to be all one color. Okay, then I'm going to pick up a little bit of yellow again. Bit of yellow. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go back to this other jar. It's pretty much dry. Now I'm going to take my liner and I'm going to outline the jar. Using that really dark blue, whatever dark blue you have. I'm going to come over here so you can see. Now I'm past that chalk mark. It's okay. I don't have to stay on that chalk mark. Now I'm coming down the side, now I'm coming in front, going back up, okay, and then I'm going to outline the other jar, the side of the jar. You can flatten it if you want, make it a little thicker. So this jar is a little different size than the first jar. Okay, we're gonna fix something here. So hold on. Some guys hanging in this branch. Follow the shape of this jar. You can see the tip of that leaf behind there. Okay. All right, so there's my 3 jars. This jar's a little smaller. You can make them bigger. Okay, but I'm just going to leave mine the size it is, all right? There we go. All right, and we are going to go back to, now all 3 of those jars look different, okay? All 3 of the insides look different. You don't want them all to be the same, all right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to this jar. We're going to put the candles in, all right? So you're going to use a small, and you are gonna pick up white all by itself, and then you're gonna come in. Now this one looks like it only has like one candle in it. So you're gonna come in. Don't go all the way to the bottom of the jar. I'm gonna show you why, okay? So that's got one candle in it. The one up top has 3, see? And I think I will put 3 in the bottom, okay? Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna put 3 in all of them. And you're gonna come up and do 1 here, 1 skinny one, and then next to it. Now they're all connected, they're all hitting one another, okay? I'm gonna show you how to separate them when they dry, okay? So you got a big fat one here, tall skinny, and then a shorter, fatter one than that one, okay? So we're gonna come in here. This is my short one. And it picked up some of the color, so it's okay. There's my skinny one. Okay, so this wasn't quite dry. I picked up a lot of the blue, but that's okay. Go back over here to this one. Okay, and I am going to use my palette knife, and then what I'm going to do is pick up a little bit of white. I'm going to scrape down the side just to add some white there. Same thing with this one, just a little bit of paint. And as you add that white, you arch it. Remember I said it's rounded, it's not flat. Okay. That's just to give some highlight in it. Okay. Just a little bit of white here. You just use your palette knife if you want to do that, okay? And if you have your round, you just use your round. What you do is you pick up the paint and then wipe it off a little bit and then go on it, okay? Now this is similar to the one on Pinterest, but it's not exactly the same, okay? I know the picture I showed you is a little different colors, different background, but I don't want to copy it. I'm looking at it and I'm doing my interpretation. While we are waiting for all this to dry, okay, I'm going to show you how to do the lightning bugs. You're going to take the end of your brush, the handle, into the white. They're called dip dots. Dip and dot. Okay, now I will tell you, for however many fireflies there are, that's how many you're going to have to shade. So don't go too crazy. Now, some of the people in my class the other day, they did 3 dip dots. Okay? And that's all they shaded. I want you to do more than 3. Don't go too crazy with them, okay? So right now I'm just showing you their fireflies. Put them up here. Here I put one in the jar. I'm not gonna put any in the jar right now because they're wet, all right? Okay, let's see if that's dried. I'm gonna take my paper towel and try to get the chalk off. It'd be pretty much dry here. It is. If yours isn't dry, don't do it yet. Like, that's a really wet spot there. Got a little bit of fuzz, a little bit of fuzz. Oh, and it hit my dot. Maybe you should wait to take your chalk off because you don't want to hit the dots. Oh, see? That's all right, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. There we go, just add a little bit of shading in there. Gonna move this I'm watching on the tablet. It's I'm trying to get this whole thing in there. Now let's see. See how all the different colors and then the candles are in front? So I'm going to do another coat of white on my candles. There we go. Remember I said the first one is small, fat, and chunky. And the middle one is tall and skinny. And then the shorter one next to it. Same thing with this one. One of the classes I'm going to show you how to take a picture of something, trace it, and then paint it, okay? I'm looking for some kind of flower. If anybody has a picture of a flower that they want me to teach, send it to me, you know, email it to me or message me with it, and from a picture, and I will trace it. And I'll show you how to trace it on your canvas, how to do, you know, how to do that from a picture, okay? All right, so there's my candle. This one got a little fatter than I wanted to, but that's okay. All candles burn differently. All right, so we're gonna wait for the candles to dry, and while the candles are drying, you're gonna take your liner into your white, and they have to have flames, okay? So it's just like the leaf, it's a little point, and then fill it in. Put a little stem on it. And this one doesn't have a stem. This is down deeper. And then this one doesn't have a flame at all. But on this one, I'm going to put a flame on all of them. It's like a leaf. This one, I'm not going to do a stem. Put one here too. Okay. So this one I have 3, that one I have 2, and that'll have 2. And now I think I'm going to put my firefly right there in the thing, and I'm going to put a firefly. I wonder why that keeps moving. Oh, let's try that. Put a firefly there. Whoop. That's a little much. Okay. All right, now if you notice, there's a little bit of lime green on some of the candles. So I'm just going to go in, put a little bit of lime green lightly on this candle here, okay? And I'm going to put some lime green on this candle here. Then I'm going to come in with some yellow. Happen. It's like it's going around the board. Got some yellow. Just pull some yellow through. Sort of like a dry brush. I'm Maybe I'm gonna put some yellow on the one with the green. Picked up a little bit of blue. Okay. Then I'm gonna use my liner and go into the yellow and just highlight the flame a little bit. Okay. So with the liner, just add a little bit of yellow on the side of the flame. I certainly hope I didn't lose you guys. Oh, I see what it's doing. It's pulling. Hold on 1 second. I certainly hope it just said to continue. But I've been seeing myself teaching the whole time, so I'm a little confused why it's doing that. All right, let's move it. Turning the camera. Hope I'm not making you guys dizzy. Oh, upside down. Oh, gotta go the other way. Sorry, hold on. Oh. All right, now let's see. It's upside down. I don't want it to be upside down. What the heck? The cord, I didn't know the cord fell off the table and it's heavy. There we go. I want to get it on the bottom. That's where I'm working. Sorry guys. Hope I didn't lose you. Because we don't need to see this up here. That's funny. I don't know why, well, like I said, the cord, I didn't realize, because the extension cord, the weight was pulling the camera. I was wondering why I had to keep adjusting it. I'm like, why do I have to keep doing this? Oh my goodness. All right, so hopefully I didn't lose y'all. So we worked on the candles inside. We put the candles on. We put the flames. And now all I'm doing is adding some shading, okay? So when this dries, I'm gonna pick up my flat brush. I'm gonna add a little bit of white. So it's going to be a dry brush, so I'm going to go into the white and then wipe it off on a paper towel and just kind of come in and give a little bit of white to it. So it helps with the depth. Okay. And then take your liner into that lime green. And then you're going to come right here between the candles and put a line. Because what you're doing is you're separating them. Okay, you're separating that one from the front. And then what I'm going to do is pick up my palette knife with a little bit of green. Is it moving again? No. I'm going to come in here and just put some green on this candle. Some on this candle. A little much here. So I'll pick up a little bit of white. Add some white. There we go. Okay, so there's your candles. That's how you do the candles. okay? Now, like I said, you can do 3. I did 3 in each. You could do 3, you could do 2, you could do 1, whatever you want to do, okay? Now with the liner, actually, let's take off. You should be able to, as long as you don't touch your fireflies, you should be able to go in now and take off your chalk, okay? You'll see how that starts to clean up. Watch your fireflies though, okay? All right, now my little handle here, I don't like how my handle looks, so I'm going to come in and add some more. There we go. It was kind of missing a little bit. Okay. All right, now the next thing you do, what you want to do is you want to pick up that baby blue. And you just want to come under in an arch, okay? Or you can use white, whatever color you want to use. This is to help round the bottom of the jar, okay? Then you can come in with your liner. You can come in and down your jar, you can just put a line inside the jar, and then as you come down, I'm going to do a curly Q off of it, okay? Same thing with the other one. Only instead of doing that, I think I'm going to come in and come up that way. Just adds a little bit to it, you know? Now, if you want to do the lettering, you're going to do it with the dark blue, and you want to make sure you thin down that dark blue to an inky consistency. You're going to use your liner, roll it between your fingers, okay? And I already wrote BA. See, I did BA here. We're going to put the word light in here. And I've already hit the firefly, so let me take him off. There you go. This L, my L got a little raggedy here. Now you don't have to put the words in at all if you don't want to. Do it however you want to do it. Get as fancy as you want. Okay, be a light. And then to the and then you're going to put world and it's over and up. Tilt that just a little bit. Now these are going right over the candles. concentrating. Be a light to the world, okay? I didn't get real fancy with my lettering. All right, so the last thing is the fireflies. Now when you go to do the fireflies, you're gonna need a flat brush. You're gonna need some clean water, okay? So what you do is you go into your clean water, you lay your napkin down, your brush down on a paper towel until all the shininess goes away. Then you're gonna pick up a little bit of white on the corner of your brush. Then you're gonna go around each one and highlight your lightning bugs. Now you should have enough paint, if you pick up enough paint, to do all your bugs. Well, not all of them, like 4 of them at one time, okay? You're just highlighting around your lightning bugs. One of the students in my class the other day asked me to teach this, so I did. She did a really great job. If you go on my Coastal Strokes page, you'll see everybody that painted. They all did a good job, but the lady that requested it was like, oh, I can't believe I asked for this. I said, well, when you guys ask me to teach something, I'll teach it. You know, that's the only way you're gonna learn. If you keep doing the same thing all the time, you're really not gonna learn. So it's good to do harder things, okay? Even if you don't like the way it turned out, you learn different techniques, you know? Oh, see, that's too much paint, so I'm gonna go in and take some of this off. There we go. So all I'm doing is going around, highlighting all the lightning bugs. Got one inside here. I got one here. Move that up so you can see now. Move it over, because I'm now on this side of the canvas. Thinking I'm just gonna stick with the multimedia board for a while, because then it's not so big, you know? There's a 16 by 20 canvas is really big on this table. And I'm not sure how much you're actually seeing. I'm hoping you're seeing it. I know when I did the fish, you couldn't see the left-hand corner. All right, guys. So this is Be a Light to the World. I put my lettering on. So I'm just gonna recap. I did my background first, then I put all my branches and my leaves in, okay? Then I took the chalk and you're going to make sure that you have 3 branches. You don't have to do extra ones, but you need to have at least 3 good sets of branches, okay? Because that's what the canning jars are going to be hanging off of, all right? So, and if you notice that the candles in front take away from all that color and all in the back of the jar, okay? So anyhow, background first, your branches and your leaves, okay? Then we took the chalk and we drew all our canning jars on. We did the tops of our jars. We used a round brush and a palette knife to do all our colors in our jars. We did the candles. We did a little bit of highlighting. We did a little scroll work with the liner, okay, on there. And we did our lightning bugs. Lightning bugs are done with the end of the brush. Just remember for how many you put on, then you have to shade all the lightning bugs. But this is done. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to share your picture on the Creative, on the Clubhouse site for you guys to, you know, cheer each other on. And if you have friends or family that want to learn how to paint online, if you could please refer them to coastalstrokes.com, to the Creative Clubhouse tab. Membership is going to be closing, and right now it's still $22. I'm probably going to be closing it in September. I'm going to put a thing out for that. It's going to go up in September, probably to $24. Okay, right now it's $22. It's going to go up to $24. And yeah. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoy this project. I hope it's not too hard for you. Please give me your feedback. I hear crickets on the Clubhouse page. Not everybody's being engaged. I know you all have lives, but I would like to see you more engaged in the page. You know, make comments on the videos. You can also send pictures to that page, what you would like to learn. That page is for you guys to share. That page is for you all in the tribe to support each other, okay? I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good evening. Bye.